What's up, everybody? Ave Satanas. Hail Satan. Hail yourself. I hope you guys are doing good. If you're not following this content, make sure you guys are subscribed to this page and leave your comments down below. I get a lot of comments that are on Facebook pages, but not down here where it will actually help out my algorithm. So leave the comments down below on the YouTube site. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for all the continued support. Today, I am going to be continuing with my demon series. And I was going to first start with this particular guy that I've been working with, and I have a pact with right now. I have packed with him pretty for this whole year. I've been doing a lot of working with him, and I've been waiting for an answer because you don't want to anger this entity, and this entity is Asmodeus. There's a lot that's been said about Asmodeus, a lot of things that uh a lot there's been movies out about him. The Pope's Exorcist was out like a year or two ago. Russell Crowe, that's Asmodeus. Asmodeus is known as the demon of lust. And yes, I know that there is a lustful aspect to Asmodeus, but in my experience, he's more of a wrathful entity. And so I was waiting for an answer if I could actually work with, start talking to him about some of the things that has been presented to me from him, and I got my answer last night. And yes, I can. It took about a week of me asking, and I thought I wasn't going to get a no, but he ended up saying yes last night in this dream that I had. He right. Let me tell you this dream that I had. This My dreams are very vivid, very realistic. They're so realistic that in my dreams that I've learned how to like control and operate. It's just like you are here, except for fine details. Throughout my day, I will look at the palm of my hands and you can see like the lines in your hands, right? And like, so in this dream, you'll be able to see your hands, but you wouldn't be able to see like the lines in your hands. So I go throughout my day and be like, am I awake? I tell myself this, am I awake? Am I awake? Yes, I am awake right now. So when I get into sleep and dreaming, I can tell myself, because I'm used to doing it, am I awake? And I can look at my hands. And if I can't see the lines in my hands, then I'm sleeping. So check that. So that's how it is, guys. I can feel my dreams. I can hear things. I hear music that I've never heard before. I have conversations with entities and spirits. They come to me. No, I can probably not get a hold of your grandmother. No, not unless they come to me. However, I have asked Asmodeus, have a pact with him that I want. I can't get into the entire pact, but I can tell you this much: the pact I have with him is the gift of prophecy the foretelling of the future. And there has been two ways that he has told me how to communicate with prophecy. Ready for this one? I'm going to tell you guys. So get in the habit of sometime during the day of talking to yourself. Yes, talk to yourself as if you were in yesterday. Tell yourself, so yesterday I'd be like, all right, Jason, yep. So today, as in present tense, today I went to Walmart. You're going to get into the line where this woman, Hope, is the slowest cashier that you've ever been. You're going to stand in line for a half hour while this woman is, you're going to think, is she high on drugs? What's wrong with this, right? Right. So you're going to walk yourself through, take a couple minutes and talk to yourself. That from in present tense, from today, talking to yourself yesterday. If you do this long enough, you know tomorrow you're going to talk to yourself about today. And you'll start getting these downloads, spiritual downloads where you will actually hear yourself talking to yourself through telepathy from yourself tomorrow to today. Because time is not linear like we think it is. Time is always existing. Tomorrow is probably happening right now somewhere else, and yesterday it's probably happening somewhere else. It's already like okay. So all we have in this realm is right now. But if you learn to talk to yourself, past tense, in present tense, yesterday, about your day, your future self will talk to you about today, tomorrow, and you'll get those. I've been getting them. So that's something Asmodeus has showed me. Also, he has shown me dreams that would be almost very futuristic. And I think about the movie The Matrix because these dreams will all that green and black trap falling from in the Matrix. It's kind of like that. And so he's showing like this matrix system. Yesterday, last night, how I got my answer was I was driving in my vehicle, and he showed me that there's this going to be this dating app. Now it was called Drive By, right? And it is a facial, like FaceTiming on your radio where you can look at somebody and you'll be able to see them. And cars around you, there will be a setup to where you can call your people that's on your contacts, your phone, right, and have a screen time. Which this app is a horrible idea. It's a horrible thing. We should definitely not have this app. There's going to be so many car accidents from this, but you're going to have an app where you can talk to the person while you're driving, and it's going to be called drive by. But people that you're also driving by, you can sign up, and this is also going to be used as a dating. And if you drive by somebody, you can meet up and have a conversation right then and there. Also, you understand this concept? He showed me that this will be a thing. Now, I don't know if it's going to be called drive by. For some reason, I thought it was going to be called drive by, but very interesting. This should not exist. That idea should definitely not exist because there's going to be people that start talking dirty and be like, "Hey, girl, let me see your, let me see them," and then they'll be flat, and then bam, rear end somebody. He's showing me all this. I've asked him for other things too, and I am working on this because I've told him I don't really care about this life. What I ultimately want is where I'm heading, right? And he was really impressed with this idea, and I told him what I expected, like what out of next. I'm talking too much about this, but I'm working with another aspect of the pact with him in exchange, not for my soul, but for blood offerings, and just offerings. And I've learned that he loves dragon's blood, actual blood on his sigil. I got a sigil down there where I put my blood on the sigil. And he likes chocolates. I've given him many like fruits, oranges, and peels, and uh, I will take and oranges and fruit chocolate. See my Hershey's. I wore this shirt today on purpose to remind me talk about the chocolates and throw them out to the creatures, and through nature getting the offering, the things that I ask for get reciprocated back. Asmodeus does not like to be uh unheard, or that he likes your attention. If he feels like he's not getting your attention, things will start happening in your life where you'll know that I need to start working with Asmodeus some more. Now I have it to where I give him weekly offerings, but it's almost a daily offering type of thing. If you even look at my fingers, like you see where like I cut and prick my fingers, all you got to do is prick them and it bleeds. So, uh, bleed on the sigils. Then I'll take a sigil out right before the new moon. I'll burn it. I have a wood sigil of them that I just keep on going. And yeah, I don't know I've had that for a while. pretty much all this whole year since I made this pact with him. And I'll put like a drop of blood on that every once in a while. But his regular sigil, I'll send it up to the air to him, burn it, send it up to the air. Uh, but Asmodeus is very, very wrathful. If you want a like he's lustful in the sense you guys know the story that's in the Bible that's uh the woman her name was I think it was Sarah, it might have been Elizabeth. I think it was Sarah. Sarah and her 8 husbands. This first 7 husbands, he was in love with this woman. And the first 7 women, the first 7 men that she married, before they could consummate the marriage, Asmodeus killed them off. That's to show you his power. Like he is a very powerful spirit. This he's the most powerful spirit I've ever dealt with, and he's not afraid to show his power. He will show you. Uh, Absolutely. And when I first started working with him, uh, as soon as I started working with him, I had this girl come into my life and I really liked her. I actually had like all these women hitting me up all of a sudden. Like I wasn't they were reaching out to me. I was like, are these people scammers, spam? What is this? Well, I ran into this one girl. I really ended up liking her. And well, I don't know. That just didn't end up working out. Kind of but all, all this lustful energy was around, like the sexual energy. And it's still to this day, I'm very careful about the women that I talk to, but for some reason, this one slipped by the cracks and got the best of me. Like again, I don't know. So anyway, no hard feelings if she's listening. So anyway, there is a story about Asmodeus. Right, he gets binded by Solomon, and then Solomon makes him build his second temple. Right, but then there's uh Asmodeus ends up taking Solomon and chucking his ass off of a mountain or some sort of story about that. He throws Solomon off into a mountain and Solomon wanders the desert for a long period of time or whatever. So Asmodeus isn't afraid to kill somebody or attempt to kill somebody. Like the 7 husbands of Sarah, the 8th one, by the way, he did something with like a frog's liver or something like that. I can't remember exactly. It was like something with a creature's liver and heart. He burned it, and he ended up making Asmodeus leave doing this spell. But it's also the 8th. 8 is the number of the abyss, which is Karanzan's energy. But uh, I the 6th sphere in the cliff off is the realms of Asmodeus, the 9 layers of hell. And he is the ruler of the jinns. Now, Asmodeus might not take care of things himself. He might send jinns to you, a love jinn or a wrath jinn, assassin jinn or some sort of jinn to take care of, or a prosperity jinn. He is like the Godfather. He's not always going to just do the dirty work, but he will send his his people to do his work for you, whatever that might be. We can say a lot of things about Asmodeus. Overall, I have had a good relationship with him, and I have enjoyed working with him. I will continue working with Asmodeus. Now, I have known people that have not had this experience with him, that Asmodeus has really messed up their lives, or at least their heads, got them in the wrong head frame, right? So not going to drop any names, but there are my friends here. They can tell you if you want to talk about it, buddy. You know who I'm talking about. You can leave comments down below if you want to tell your story. But um, yeah. So Asmodeus, even though there is this lustful, vampiric energy to him, I can tell you that is more wrathful. Like there must be a lustful energy that's connected to it, but like he loved this woman and he murdered 7. Like he loved one, but he murdered 7 that we know about. see, so 7 times more wrathful than he is loving. It seems like, at least that what we know. And then that's not even counting what he did to Solomon or anybody else that we know along the line. Uh, but that's a very that's a story for, I guess, a different time. But guys, thank you for all the continued support. If you guys have worked with Asmodeus, leave comments below. Make sure you're subscribed to this, and I will talk to you guys next time. All right, peace.